get your motor running. Head out on the highway, looking for adventure, and whatever comes our way. Yeah, darling, go make it happen. Take the world in a loving embrace. Fire all of the guns at once and explode into space. I like smoking lightning, heavy metal thunder.
What does it mean to a club like Sharlston to be in such a high-profile game as tonight?
Well, words can't describe it, Dave, can they? I mean, you've been there yourself, you know what these games are like. And for an amateur club to get this far, I mean, it far outreaches what we're expected to do, so we're looking forward to it. And it might be a different kettle of fish than last year when we played Dewsbury, but we'll be giving it us all tonight. I don't think they're all they're cracked up to be, and David Hobbs told me we're on hiding to note, so we'll take it from there, shall we?
I have a lot of memories of playing here. Had probably the best day of my life playing for this club. Brought Oldham back down here now to take on local side Sharlston. And got to give them full respect, and we'll be treating it like any other game.
We've prepared well. They prepare well every week, Dave. You know, the lads are committed. They're committed all season, otherwise we wouldn't be in the position we're in. I mean, you know yourself that there's no half measures with training. You have to train regular. And Gordy and John and Martin before them have made sure that we do that. We train Tuesdays and Thursdays and we put it in. And I say, we've no problems. We've trained this week, we've trained hard. And Gordy said last night, he says they're up for it now. He says they'll go out and play this match now. So that was last night. So they'll be buzzing now.
Have you done anything different this week, David, in your preparations for tonight's game?
Not really, no. It's about taking each game as it comes. I know, they'll all tell you that, but it is. It's a young side that we've got at Oldham, and they've been brought together this year, so they're on a learning curve, and we've just got to keep improving them as week by week.
People tell me that this team that we're playing tonight aren't as good as the team we played last season, so let's see, I mean, yes, we're up for it, mate, and the lads are buzzing. They'll give it their all. Where,
in your opinion, do you think the main threat will come tonight from Sharlston?
The main threat's going to come through enthusiasm, and that's down to our lads to rise above that and really, get above it and keep Sharlston out of the game, because the longer the game goes on, while Sharlston are having a sniff at the game, they're going to make life difficult. And the opening quarter of an hour, 20 minutes, it'll be as tough as it comes, and our lads have got to rise to the challenge.
So everyone connected at the club are really hoping that tonight that history can repeat itself and that Sharlston can move forward to the next round?
I think we're all praying, Dave. I don't think we're hoping. I've said a prayer anyway tonight.
Good evening and welcome to Featherstone Rovers for this David and Goliath Challenge Cup tie between Oldham and Sharlston Rovers. Just a little over 12 months ago, Sharlston Rovers took on Dewsbury Rams and gained a memorable victory on that night. A victory tonight would guarantee Sharlston a chance to have a money-spinning event at a Super League side, and what a mouth-watering treat that would be for all rugby enthusiasts. Sharlston Rovers then have taken the field, and they are waiting for Oldham to come out. And the Sharlston side this evening is number 1 Lee Lingard, number 2 Jamie Cox, 3 Gareth Davis, 4 Keith Brook, 5 Lee Maskell, 6 Johnny Agar, 7 Danny Grimshaw, 8 Carl Sayer, 9 Lee Bettinson, 10 Andy Booth, 11 Dale Potter, 12 James Ward, 13 Adam Thaler, and the substitutes are number 14 Gordon Long, 15 Stan Smith, 16 David Lee, and number 17 Stuart Bailey. Johnny Agar's father is no stranger to success. He coached Featherstone Rovers in the great 1983 Cup final against Hull. What a nice thing that would be if Johnny could somehow manage to get his troops rallied round and get a victory tonight. That would be Sharlston's Challenge Cup final win, I'm sure. And the stage is set for an enthralling game tonight, and Oldham's side is number 1 Gavin Dodd, number 2 Will Cowell, number 3 Damien Munro, number 4 Gareth Baxter, number 5 Nick Johnson, number 6 Simon Svabic, number 7 Matt Turner, number 8 Paul Norman, 9 is John Huff, 10 Jonathan Wilson, 11 Simon Horton, 12 Martin Ellswood, 13 Mark Roberts, and the substitutes Carlos Matora at 14, at 15 Thierry Glassell, and at 16 James Kirkland, and 17 Andy Gorey. Well, it's Oldham playing up this notorious slope here at Featherstone, and they will be kicking off just shortly and getting another moment in history underway. So the game gets underway. Matt Turner kicks deep into the corner. And Oldham are up quick, and their defence is well stacked in, but that's a good scoot off. And Lee Bettinson's in at acting half-back. It's a great drive there. And that's a real powerful drive, and I'm sure Oldham weren't expecting the ferocity of that drive. And that's a great kick downfield, and that's turned the defence around. And what a superb kick, it just lands in the in goal. And as Steve-O would say, the kick is only as good as the chase. The chase was superb, but the tackle a little bit high. And Oldham, well, under pressure as early as the second minute. Can Oldham's forwards match the enthusiasm of the Sharlston forwards? That's a great hit there. Potter in, and Ward and Thaler. And Thaler's in again there. As Oldham look to try and force something out wide. But Grimshaw in there with a nice solid tackle round the legs. Oldham then just moving the ball about, keeping the ball alive. But Thaler in, using his experience well. Adam Thaler, good strong tackles. As Oldham push towards this left-hand side. Svabic tries a short ball. But good scrambling defence by Sharlston. Svabic again moves off. Yes, it's a great tackle. Colin Morris says that the ball carrying arm touched the floor and the handover will take place. Lee Lingard then in at dummy half and just moving off. Bettison controlling things around the ruck. Switches to Thaler. Thaler just tries to break down the side of the ruck area, but it's closed up pretty tight. Colin Morris not blowing there for holding down in the tackle, and it seemed to take an age for the Oldham players to get off. Agar then feeds Ward. Ward comes back to the ball and he's tackled quite soundly. Agar in once more, short side. Thaler goes down the outside. Oh my goodness, he's just lost his footing. Oh my goodness, if Thaler had held his feet there, he'd only got the fullback to draw, and Gareth Davis was on his outside, and that would have been a try. So really unfortunate, but what a great piece of handling skills there from Johnny Agar on that short side. Oldham certainly know they're in a game. And that's a good drive by Paul Norman, quickly away from the ruck. And Jonathan Wilson takes Oldham up to halfway. And Turner orchestrating things. Nice kick. And an awkward bounce, but Lingard matches it, takes it quite well and makes great yardage there. Lee Lingard really brought his team out there. James Cox takes his team a little bit further. Thaler's in everything at the minute. There's quite a lot of good go forward from the Sharlston's forwards. And it's taking 3 Oldham players to stop them. Bettinson then switches back to this short side. Oh, a little feint inside by Carl Sayer. And Grimshaw, nice little stab kick towards the corner. And the chase is good once more. And Grimshaw follows up his kick with Davis to put the Oldham man to ground. Well, Sharlston have set off like an house on fire. The question is, can they sustain it for the full 80 minutes? Nice little drop-off pass there. But Agar and that man Thaler in to stop the defence. And a penalty kick's been given. And then a lack of indiscipline there by Paul Norman. Gary Mercer will definitely not be pleased with that. And he's given a chance to Sharlston to get the first points on the board. And a shot at goal is going to be by Lee Lingard. That's a great kick from Lee Lingard, and that's the first points on the board for Sharlston. Sharlston have plenty of support here this evening, and that's given the crowd something to cheer about on a really cold night. But the dead ball line was not defended correctly there, and Oldham have managed to make Sharlston drop out from underneath their own posts. How will Oldham respond to that? And that's a great drive, but equally a good tackle. Andy Booth was strong in that tackle. Oldham finding it difficult to break the first line of defence. So much is the intensity. And a little knock on. Colin Morris says that the player just nudged the ball forward, and that'll be head and feed to Sharlston Rovers. Lingard then just takes the ball up. And Sayer, Dale Potter. And I think, to be honest, Colin Morris will have to get a grip on the Oldham players holding the man down in the tackle. Bettinson, this is Sayer. Grimshaw looks to go through. Oh, and almost managed to get clear there. Got exceptional pace, Daniel Grimshaw, and almost broke the line of defence. That's a great kick, but just drifted on the wind over the try line. Oldham defused the bomb, and as their reward, get a 22-metre tap, and Munro brings it out. That's a great tackle by Sayer. Sayer's working hard. And so is Andy Booth, the front row. So Svabic, can Svabic weave something as Horton takes the ball? Strong runner Simon Horton, but not been given any room by the Sharlston defensive line. Svabic tries to dummy, but not taken, and it was Booth again in there with a really strong tackle, chip over the top, but Lee Maskell took it exceptionally well. That's a great drive there. James Ward really took the ball at pace, went to the heart of the Oldham line and almost got the way through. Bettinson then moves through. Agar comes on. Great kick from Johnny Agar. And it is a superb kick this time. Just not quite able to make the tackle over the line as the Oldham player moves out, goes up the field. He's got support on his outside. Didn't look for the support. Huff then tries to get the ball moving to that short side again. Oldham just turning up the gas now a little bit, putting a little bit of pressure on the Sharlston side. This is Wilson taking the ball forward, but Thaler, he's misslipped out of Thaler's tackle. Great offload. That was Dodd there. So Svabic on the short side. Gareth Davis just manages to hold his man, Svabic. Back to Turner. Turner darts and weaves, gets the ball away. Oh, it's a great tackle. It's great scrambling defence from Sharlston. But the players just got through, and that's the first try of the night. Sharlston really stretched on their left-hand side, Oldham right. The ball went to ground, and as the defence shot out, the player just skipped round him. I think we're looking at Gareth Baxter as being the try scorer. Yes, and that's a magnificent conversion. Matt Turner. So Oldham take the lead 6 points to 2. And just under 20 minutes gone in this first half. Sharlston have played magnificent. Good defence. As Oldham come forward again. Seems to be a bit of a spring in the step now that Oldham have scored that first try. And Turner moving on the right hand side. And that's Baxter. And Turner again, causing Sharlston a few problems. Svabic then, Svabic long ball. Long ball, oh, it's just short of the line. Agar's in at the tackle. And that's the fifth and last. And he gets the congratulations of his teammates, and rightly so. Lee Lingard scoots off, plays a bit of safety first rugby, and Daniel Grimshaw looking for his runners. There weren't any there, did the right thing, kept hold of the ball. Davis, Carl Sayer. So Grimshaw then puts a kick downfield. It's a fairly big kick. Nick Johnson takes it well. Can he get away? Davis has him covered. Just comes back inside. Thaler finishes him off with the help of Jamie Cox. Big shouts of forward pass there as Wilson came onto the ball, and I wouldn't disagree with them either. Looked suspiciously like a forward pass to me. But Oldham move up to the 20-metre mark. Uffy sneaks off. Munro gets the ball back on the inside, but the defence is good and it's solid. Svabic kicks the ball into the in-goal area. And Lee Lingard is just there to tidy things up. So Oldham just starting to turn the screw a little bit. The first 10 minutes were without doubt Sharlston's, but the last 5-6 minutes or so Oldham have really started to up the tempo. Wilson drives forward, Potter's in there, Thaler once more, Booth also in at the tackle. Huff to Turner, Turner, nice little drop-off ball there to Ellswood. Turner again, Svabic is half-back partner, Svabic feeds Horton. Can Horton get through there? He's got plenty of strength, plenty of pace, Simon Horton, and Gareth Davies's attempted tackle was just not good enough or strong enough to keep hold of Horton, and that was a nice try from the ex-Wigan second row forward. Really showed a lot of strength and pace there. He's missed the kick, so it stays at 10-2, but Turner and Svabic, the two Oldham halfbacks, seem to be controlling the game at the moment. It was those two that linked well to send Horton tearing towards the corner, and he took his try really, really well. Agar to restart. So Oldham moving out towards the 20. Seems to be a bit of zip in the Oldham play now. Certainly after those first initial shocks that Sharlston imposed on them. So Turner once again to Wilson. Wilson goes hard and strong into the heart of the Sharlston defence, but met equally as strong by Thaler. I've been really impressed with Adam Thaler's workload this evening. Jamie Cox cleans up for Sharlston as Davies moves in. Davies shows the ball, but the Oldham defender's not taking the dummy. Lingard in at acting halfback. Lee Lingard. Brook coming in to help his forwards out. Just moving back into position. Bettinson in at acting halfback. It's a strong drive again, and Sharlston are finding it more and more difficult now to make yardage. And switch back to the short side. Colin Morris waves play on. And Wilson takes Oldham forward. And a quick play the ball. And Huff to Turner. The fullback linking in well. Nice offload. But scrambling defence from Sharlston stops that little passage of play. Turner passes the ball back inside. Turner again. Svabic this time. Or will he feed? Feeds Horton. Horton once more. Horton again. Little wedge play there. Two men running as if they're going to receive the ball. Horton just slides round the back, takes it, and Davies once more left with the task of trying to force Simon Horton into touch. Horton's got immense strength, and he just held off the challenge from Davies and went over in the corner. Turner just misses the conversion. 14-2. Substitution for Sharlston then, Stuart Bailey on. And Andy Booth off. That's a high kick. And Svabic takes it well. James Kirkland also on for Oldham. So that's Simon Horton, but this time Agar takes him down. And that's a great hit from Adam Thaler. Adam Thaler is having a wow of a game. Wilson takes it up hard and strong. This time Bettinson takes him down with the assistance of Thaler. Turner weaving a little bit of magic in the middle of the field. It was Roberts who he just offloaded to, but Roberts found no way through. And it's Turner. Turner puts a high kick up. Lingard's underneath it. Ball swirling in the wind, but Lingard takes it well. Sidesteps one, sidesteps another, but just can't quite get away, but brings his team to the 20 mark. And it was only a matter of time, I was thinking, that Colin Morris should get something done about this holding down in the tackle. He's certainly been quite lenient today, Mr. Morris. John Agar safely puts the ball into touch. And Bettison will restart just on the 10. Stuart Bailey looks for his first bit of the action. Bettinson feeds Agar. Agar tries to find a hole in the Oldham defence, but it's not there at present as Grimshaw has a tilt. Grimshaw looks for space. Bettinson then looks to feed Agar. Oh, he's gone the other way. Bettinson looked. Oh, what a great ball! Can he get into the corner? Oh, that's a superb try! Absolutely superb try from Sharlston. It looked as if Agar was going to get the ball on the open side at first receiver. Bettinson had other ideas, switched back to the blind, put an absolutely superb pass out to Gareth Davis, who fed Cox, who scored his try in superb fashion. Went low, defender had no chance of getting to him, and that's brought Sharlston right back into the game at 14-6. Just as you thought things were going against Sharlston and that Oldham were turning the screw, Sharlston hit back in fine style. Lee Lingard then, he's been in fine form all season with the boot. Can he just plant this between the sticks and give Sharlston a massive boost? Here he comes. He's given it a fair oof, but just drifts away in the wind. So 14 points to 6 then. And Bettinson, long ball. Agar to Thaler. Thaler almost broke clear. I've been really impressed with Adam Thaler, extremely well impressed. Agar looks for a long ball. Davis steps inside. Yes, he's got away as Gareth Davis. And Lee Lingard breaks clear. Oh, this is magnificent play from Sharlston. And they move to the short side, the shot for numbers. Grimshaw goes through, tries to get the ball away. Fifth and last tackle. Oh, that's exciting stuff from Sharlston Rovers. And no wonder this side is so well respected in the amateur game. And that's magnificent. Magnificent defence. Bettinson was there, assisted by Potter, and that's just caused Oldham to drop out from underneath their own sticks. Davis just lost his footing as he went through there, but he had support from Lingard, and almost another try. I think that Gary Mercer will be a worried man at this stage as Sayer drives forward. Sayer to Bettinson as things start to liven up and Stuart Bailey moves forward. Stuart Bailey's been around a while. And Bettinson. And that's passage of play just brought some warmth to the crowd as Agar looks to feed Thaler. Thaler drops off Davis, and Davis steps and goes through once more, and Agar's on his inside. Ah, it's magnificent play from Sharlston. A great reward would be a try. Grimshaw, long ball out to Lee Maskell. Lee Maskell just a little bit outnumbered by the Oldham defence. Little kick through, and he's going to have to take it behind his in-goal area, and it's another drop out from Oldham. So it's sustained pressure from Sharlston. So they're just playing now as they started in the first 10 minutes. Sharlston well on top at the minute. Extremely unlucky not to get the tries that they play deserved. And I make it 3 or 4 minutes to the half-time break, and I think Oldham will be wanting that, and especially after putting the ball out on the full. A penalty. Johnny Agar looking for 2 more points. Can Lightning strike twice? Can Sharlston take another professional scalp? Dewsbury last year, possibly Oldham this year. They're certainly playing well enough, and nobody can take that away from them. Lingard is successful, to the big cheers of the crowd. 14-8. Spoke to David Hobbs before the game, and David Hobbs said that they are a well-respected side, and we have worked on certain things to close certain players down. Bailey charges towards the 25-metre or 20-metre line and gets well over. What a great drive that was from Stuart Bailey. Deserved the applaudits from the crowd, and gets the penalty for Oldham once more, holding down. So the professional side are having to resort to slowing Sharlston down, and that says something for this Sharlston outfit, coached by John Agar and Gordy Long, and they've worked tremendously hard over the last few years to get Sharlston into this shape. Bailey once more, but that's a great hit this time, and Stuart will have felt that. Agar looks for the inside ball. Oldham pretty sharp to it. Bettinson, what's Bettinson going to do? He's going to move to Grimshaw. Grimshaw on the left. Grimshaw tries a little step and brings play deep inside the Oldham 20. Tries a short side move once more, just tries to catch Oldham asleep on that short side, but they are quick and alert to it. Grimshaw once more moves in for a kick. It's a great kick across, but just too long. And Grimshaw puts the ball out on the full, so a 22 tap. And Oldham try to bring the ball away. It's the first time Oldham have had the ball in a good few minutes, having to work really hard in defence, just as Potter did there to bring down Munro. Agar tackling really well on Orton. Orton's had quite a lot of success down this left-hand side, down their left-hand side, Oldham's left, Sharlston's right, but not this time, as Turner swiftly moves it out, and Oldham moving the ball from one side of the field to the other, just trying to get something else before the half-time hooter. Sharlston just got to try and hold out before half-time as the ball is kicked high by Turner. Lingard's underneath it. The ball goes backwards, says Mr. Morris, and the danger for now is over. Bailey once more, works strong and hard, Stuart Bailey. 3 men into the tackle, and again Mr. Morris has to blow the whistle for the Oldham players holding the ball down. Oh, sorry, Mr. Morris says that Stuart Bailey trying to use an old head, holding onto the shirt, trying to get the penalty. Mr. Morris has seen that, and it's given Oldham a chance. to mount one last attack, I think, before the half-time break. Kirkland, well tackled by Agar, and just interference at the play of the ball. It's a quick tap. Svabic out to Turner. Turner moves across the field. Stepping, weaving run. But the defence is up to it at the minute. Turner goes forward. And he's just short. And just short once more. So, Svabic then, left with Horton. Can Horton do something here? And for the third time in the game, Gareth Davies has been left by himself to try and tackle the might and the power of Simon Horton. And Simon Horton gets a try just on the stroke of half-time, and that's his hat-trick. I'm sure the coaching staff at Sharlston will be trying to shore up this right-hand side defence. And Oldham coach Gary Mercer will be saying that we're having lots of success. Let's try and play down this left-hand side more often, because that's where the tries are coming from. Simon Horton with 3 of them. Turner misses the conversion. 18-8, and if Stewart would have been able to take that run again and be involved in that tackle, maybe he wouldn't have tried to get a penalty for his side. So Oldham 18 points to 8 in front. Oldham the professionals, Sharlston the amateurs, and at times you wouldn't have known the difference with the quality of rugby that the Sharlston Rovers have played. Bailey and Bettison in at the tackle. I didn't see anything wrong with it, neither did the touch judge and the referee. A knock on. Sharlston Rovers head and feed then. How nice it would be for Sharlston if they could just grab a little bit of something to take into the dressing room at half-time with them. That's a great run by Keith Brook. So Grimshaw looking to bring his forwards into play and just set the platform for a right-hand side attack at the Oldham defences. Agar look for Adam Thaler there. Adam Thaler just slightly overran the ball, and that's just brought the half-time siren round. But what an interesting first half. Sharlston on the scoreboard first with a Lee Lingard penalty. Oldham hit back and went in front and turned up the gas, but Sharlston scored the best try of the game through Jamie Cox, and they've got a lot to take into that dressing room with them at half-time, and they're coming off to a rapturous round of applause from this home support. And Gary Mercer, I'm sure, will be having a few strong words to say to his Oldham teammates. We'll be back shortly for an exciting second half. Yeah, Colin Morris then brings the ball out, and John Agar will get the second half underway. I just wonder what might have been said in the Sharlston dressing room, maybe just to try and defend the right-hand side a little bit better, especially with the threat of Horton, and certainly from Gary Mercer. They'll have been saying, come on fellas, you know, we've got to get more enthusiastic. This Sharlston side are really showing us the way home. We've got to be a little bit more solid in defence. And Stuart Bailey there in to make that first tackle. So Oldham early in the tackle count put the ball downfield, and I think that could be the first 40-20 of the game, and it is. Magnificent kick there. Svabic just saw that Cox was not back in position, and launched a big kick downfield, and it's given a great opportunity for Oldham to get the first points of the second half on the board. Oh, nice little step there. Beat the first player, but Bailey. Oldham then really trying to barge their way over the Sharlston line. Agar was in at the tackle. Long ball from Turner. Look as if Oldham have got numbers. Decide to bring it back through Wilson on the inside. Numbers short side once more. Orton. Will Orton barge his way over? But this time the defence is really strong. So maybe that's something that was said at half time. We need to get numbers in on Horton when he gets the ball. And was forced into touch there. Great defence. Grimshaw to feed the scrum. Whips it out to Lee Lingard. Lee Lingard runs strongly in, but Turner meets him with a strong tackle. And that's Keith Brook bringing Sharlston just up to the 20-metre line. Bailey takes their game forward, but Wilson's in strong, and so is the little number 9 Huff, as Agar looks to get Ward into play, and the tackle is a little bit high. So Colin Morris, no hesitation, asking the Oldham players to keep the tackles down as Agar puts the ball into touch. Sharlston needs something on the board pretty quickly if they're going to take Oldham today. And Sayer's driven hard and strong, but yes, he's lost the ball. The Oldham defenders were really working Sayer in the tackle, trying to put the player on his back, and Sayer just couldn't keep hold of the football. Lingard then chases his opposite number across the field and brings him to ground. And Will Cowell just on halfway line. And that's Ellswood. Not seen much of Ellswood. I think most of the players been coming out to the other second row, which is Horton. A nice dart from acting half back there, and Turner looks to pass the ball inside, and that's great defence from Sharlston. Bettinson's had a great game, and Svabic puts the kick across field to the corner, and Gareth Davis picks up, and it'd be interesting if Gareth Davis got away, because he's got a fair turn of speed as Davis. Jamie Cox then just giving his forwards a breather as Bettinson looks for Carl Sayer. Carl Sayer hits the floor well and quickly plays the ball, and Bettinson moves forward. That's the beauty of a quick play the ball. All coaches try and enforce that these days. You get a quick play the ball and you catch the defence on the back foot. That's good work from Sayer and from Bettinson as Agar launches this high kick. Cowell comes forward and takes it really well. There was nobody else going to take the ball off Cowell there. Yes, he's going to score. That's a superb try. Everybody else stopped. From a professional point of view, you should never ever stop play until the whistle goes. And James Ward took every opportunity there, juggled with the ball, looked as if he was going to spill it, but he's gone underneath the sticks. And with the kick to come, at 18-14. The game is alive. Efficient passage of play that was from Sharlston. Sayer hitting the floor, Bettinson moving forward, the kick from Johnny Agar, and the pressure on the off the line speed put Oldham under immense pressure, and they spoiled. James Ward came up, ran in between the Oldham players, took the ball off them and ran clean under the sticks. 18-14. Well, what a game this is. It's a great drive. I think there'll be a lot of bitten fingernails in the Oldham dugout. And they certainly, Gary Mercer won't want to fall at the first hurdle. As Lee Lingard takes the ball. Lingard goes clean through. Lingard, and Munro's chasing him. Lingard's going all the way, is he? The defence comes across. Oh, what a great run from Lee Lingard. What fantastic play from Sharlston. Bettinson gets it across to Agar. Agar. Oh dear me. That's unfortunate. What a great run from Lingard. But James Ward just couldn't keep hold of the football. But look at the Oldham side. They know they're in a game. Who's the fittest team on the field? Is it the professionals? Is it the amateurs? Sharlston are giving a real good account of themselves today. Credit due. Grimshaw combines with Booth to bring the player down. Oh, it's great work. Good work from Munro this time though. Munro almost takes Oldham to the halfway line. Yes, and that's a penalty for dissent from Damien Munro, shouting at the referee. Oh dear. Oldham are really now clutching at straws. Munro really gave Colin Morris a mouthful, and he's really fortunate not to be spoken to by the match official. So Agar then. Can Sharlston sustain this pressure on Oldham and come away with some points? Sayer then goes forward. The line move forward to meet him though. I've been impressed with this little scrum half turner. Booth tries to move through. It's Potter, I beg your pardon, not Booth. Lingard. Bettinson look to move right. Through Agar. Agar steps. Yeah, looking at a little flash from Gareth Davis then. Just a flash behind the ruck, but no way through. The defence is pretty tight. We're on the fifth and last. Grimshaw maybe looking to put a kick in, but Bettinson decides to do it himself. Kicks just a little bit too strong. So Oldham have weathered the storm. It's whether or not now Sharlston can just muscle up some more energy. That's great defence from Bailey. As Baxter get the ball offloaded, and Turner steps and comes back inside. And that's another jinking run from the little half-back. And Oldham have knocked on. There's a lot of errors in this game, certainly from Oldham. And that's, I'm sure the scrum will be a chance to catch the breath for both teams. Agar to Keith Brook. Lee Maskell in at acting half-back. And the Oldham defenders working him well on the floor, turning him onto his back. This is Booth. Booth goes forward. Looking at Bettinson, shipping out to Agar. Agar looks to try and just feign the inside pass and create some openings, but it was tight. Bettinson. Bettinson looks to Grimshaw. Grimshaw looks to drop off Brook. And we're on the 5th and last tackle. Grimshaw. Grimshaw looks to put the kick downfield, but it's just bounced nice and kindly for Cowell. But the chase is good. The enthusiasm is still there. Great tackle from Lee Maskell. Damien Munro going down the outside, but that's a great cover tackle from Dale Potter. And it's play on as Turner picks up the ball. So Oldham now starting to offloading the tackle, and it looks like Sharlston are a little bit short in numbers on the right hand side as he comes through. The Oldham player, but he's tackled. Gavin Dodd bursts through then off Turner's pass. And it's Turner once more. Turner looks to change play. And Colin Morris has given play on. How you could give play on for that, I don't know. Ball's gone out wide. Nice little dummy. And Oldham go in. And I think, to be fair, I'm sure that the Oldham player knocked on. The touch judge is not quite sure here. Colin Morris has gone over. I'm thinking that there's a knock on here. I'm thinking that there's a knock on. 2 touch judges have not given the try. He has, he's given no try. Yes, I could see that the Oldham player had knocked on. So Sharlston breathe again, but this time they've knocked on, and that's a sin and a shame for Sharlston after defended so well. That's another knock on though. Yes, the game at the minute is full of a lot of fundamental errors. Players spilling the ball and putting their own teams under pressure. So it's important now for Sharlston to complete this set of 6 and get play back well inside the Oldham half of the field. 18-14, what a nail-biting game this is. So Sharlston will get the head and feed. Lingard then. Lingard caused a few problems in this Oldham defence. Magnificent run earlier on and just really unlucky not to come to something. Agar moving into acting half-back. Oh dear me. Oldham have managed to get the ball. And Turner. Can Turner weave a little bit of magic? Potter was in at the tackle though. Kirkland shifts the ball out. Oldham looking to try and find something on this far left. Sharlston a little bit short for numbers. People calling over. Svabic gets Horton onto the ball, but what a superb tackle that was. The defence is scrambling well. Just 2 more tackles to hold out for Sharlston. Can they do it? Turner then. Turner going forward. Fullback linking in. It's still great defence from Sharlston. Quick play the ball. Turner gets it out, but they just can't hold it out. Sustained pressure from Oldham. Just came about by the knock on earlier on. It just needed settling down, I feel. But Sharlston just lost possession. Oldham came away with it. And the pressure from the professional side has just told. And that's just given them a little bit of breathing space at 22-14. Turner misses the conversion. If Sharlston could just cut out the errors, they'd be well in this game, I'm telling you. So Simon Horton picks up and just brings the ball just over the 20-metre line. Sharlston move forward. That's a good hit and working the floor well. And Gordy Long, he's entered the field of play. Gordy will make a difference. Good talker, good motivator. Oh. And that's just one of those things for the winger Jamie Cox. The ball just wouldn't sit nicely for him to pick up, and he fumbles it, and all his teammates go over and console him a little bit. Just tell him not to worry, get your head up. And this time, change kickers. It's Svabic. Svabic has converted the try. And the score is 28-14, and Gary Mercer will be a much relieved man, because Sharlston had every chance to take this game. Time is very fast running out for Sharlston now. Sharlston need to be the next scorers on the board if they're going to get anything out of this game in terms of a victory. What they have got out of this game is a lot of respect from the rugby league world, I can tell you. Local side, there are a few ex-professionals in that side, but every man Jack's performed absolutely magnificently. So Sharlston, can they just raise their game for one last effort to score a try and get closer to this 28-point score that Oldham have got? We don't need that in this game. It's been a superb game. Let's cut that out. So Svabic goes for this 40-20 once again. And he's going to get it. That's his second 40-20. That really does knock the stuffing out of teams. You've got a player in your side that can do that. Just turn the defence around. You know, you're marching the defence back a good 60 metres, fills your players and forwards with confidence, and really disheartens the defence. Turner scoots off. Been a bit of a player to handle as Turner. As Svabic then. Svabic has a look. And it's the fullback wide. Fullback then just managing to be pulled down just slightly short of the line. That's a long ball. Svabic will feed Turner. What can Turner do? He runs across, little drop-off pass. Ball goes to ground again, but Svabic is there to pick it up. And that's Baxter. And Turner once more. Oldham keeping the ball alive, but the defence is really strong and solid from Sharlston. Gets the ball away. Svabic then. Svabic, long ball out. Oh yes, they're in at the corner. Just caught Sharlston short of numbers. And Oldham now just starting to take control of the game. Just a couple of mistakes by Sharlston cost them 10 points, and Oldham have stepped up again now. And a nice little worked move into the corner, just released the winger. The winger went in unopposed. Svabic then again converts Andy Gore's try. And that just takes Oldham into a 34-14 lead. And I don't think, to be fair, that Sharlston now will be able to get anything out of this game in terms of a victory. But it's not for the lack of trying. There's a lot of players out there played with pride, and they've played with a lot of enthusiasm, and at times they've out-enthused and they've outplayed the Oldham side. And he's knocked on, and then again, great work from both and from Long in the tackle, forcing the player to spill the ball. Long feeds Agar. Agar looks to try and get Long back into the game, and Thaler's just come back onto the field. Adam Thaler's played outstanding, and the period of time that Thaler was off the field, that's when Oldham came strong in my view. Adam Thaler coming again once more. Had an outstanding game. Long at first man. Okay, looking, oh dear me, that's unusual for Gordy. Got a great pair of hands, Gordy. Lee Lingard in strong at that tackle. Another player on the Sharlston side that can hold his head up high. He's had a magnificent game, Lee Lingard. It's Fabic once again looking for the 40-20, but this time Cox is alert to it, and although he didn't take it the first time, he managed to control it the second, and Davis then coming in just to help his forwards out, and a nice little step, but good work from the Oldham defence. They've got the tails up now, they've got the points on the board. That's both. What a great drive. What a great drive from Andy Booth. Takes Sharlston just to within sight of the halfway line. Gordy Long gets the ball away. Keith Brook almost gets clear. Just a small fracas. Colin Morris says, let's have none of that. Let's get on with the game pretty quickly. That's great refereeing, I think, from Colin Morris. Didn't make a big issue of it. Wilson comes forward and he's well met by James Ward and Thaler. And Turner. He's linked well as Turner with Svabic and Roberts at loose forward. And that's a great ball again. Svabic is there. Simon Orton looking to go through, can't manage it. He's put the ball down. That's a penalty in my mind. Mr. Morris did not see what went off, and the fullback's allowed to go through and score. But Simon Orton never played the ball, in fact. Just put the ball down. Complained to the referee, that he wasn't allowed to play the ball, never played it at all. Collins' concentration had gone there, and Oldham were allowed to pick up the ball and just go along and score. Svabic misses the conversion, 42 points to 14 the score now. And for Sharlston, I think Lingard, I think Agar, and I think Adam Thaler have been absolutely outstanding. It'll be interesting to see to which team and to which player the Man of the Match trophy goes. It would be nice if it went to a Sharlston player as a reward for the way that the team have played this evening. Wilson drops to the floor, tries to affect the quick play the ball, and Svabic looks for the little chip over the top. Oh, he's just in touch. Cox was clear there, but it just looked as if he'd put a foot into touch, or the ball had gone into touch, as Mr. Morris indicates that it's a Sharlston head and feed at the scrum. Smith then on the field of play. Great run from Sayer, and Davis comes across to this centre and tries to impose himself and tries to get through. Oh dear, he's knocked on. Yes, it's an Oldham head and feed. Colin Morris said that he'd called held as the ball came out, so Turner will feed for Oldham. And that's Cowell coming in field. And Turner then. He's making Oldham tick, is this young Turner. Matt Turner, I think, has been the link pin for the Oldham side. Svabic feeds Turner. Turner looks to Ellswood. And that's back to one. Kirkland to Turner. Turner. Oh, what a great piece of play, but superb tracking back there by Booth. Turner looks to offload Svabic. It's that lethal combination, that half-back combination. Simon Orton. Is Simon Orton going to get his fourth try? No, look at the numbers in the tackle there from Sharlston. Oldham then spreading the ball out from touchline to touchline. Ellswood gets the ball out, and Cowell then just strolls over.
Try there for Oldham, score by number 2, Will Cowell.
So Oldham starting now to throw the ball from one side of the field to the other, and it's difficult for the Sharlston lads to get across there, and Cowell just went in quite easily at the corner. So the game, which was so tight for 60 odd minutes, has become quite easy for Oldham in the last 20 minutes or so, and they've scored the bulk of their points in that last 20 minutes. So perhaps the fitness of the professional side is just beginning to shine through. Svabic misses the conversion. I strongly feel that the score doesn't reflect how well Sharlston have played. A lot of positives have come out of this game for Sharlston. Agar then restarts, tries the short kick. The big charge upfield. That's a great rush forward there from Smith and from Sayer, but Colin Morris has given a penalty. But that's great enthusiasm. That's a never say die attitude that the Sharlston players have got. And they want to go out of this game in style. Good work. Sayer has been an absolute workhorse for Sharlston in this game. Wilson takes it forward. And Kirkland will feed Turner again to Svabic, and Svabic will launch the attack on the left-hand side as Horton passes the ball inside. He's not had as much success in this second half, Simon Horton. They seem to have tightened that defensive sector of the field. Oh, what a great tackle. What an absolutely magnificent tackle from Carl Sayer. Turner really did try hard there, put his body on the line, but Sharlston was strong in the tackle. That's Lee Maskell. Lee Maskell coming in, giving his forwards a breather. And Stan Smith. It's a long pass out to Gareth Davis. That's unfortunate. James Ward trying to take the ball at full pace and just spilled it. Oldham through Svabic. Svabic feeds Turner. And Dodd links in from fullback and gets the ball to Gorey. And Gorey just pulled down on the 20-metre line. So Oldham then sustaining big attacks now. And a lot of the play has been down in the Sharlston half of the field in this last 15 minutes or so. And Turner will look to the loose forward. Roberts. Svabic gets the long ball out to Horton. Horton's in again. He's in for his fourth try, Simon Horton. Close to the line, he's awesome player. And again, Gareth Davis just found to be left on his own with a man of his size and power. And it's an awesome task and ask to bring that fella down before he gets over the whitewash. Simon Horton knows where the try line is. 4 tries today. So the conversion again is missed.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for
46-14.
tonight's attendance is 852. Thank you very much.
852 supporters have come to watch this game this evening, and I can tell you that they've been well and truly entertained.
Ladies and gentlemen, tonight's man of the match chosen by the press was St Oldham 26, Simon Svabic.
The man of the match this evening, chosen by members of the press, has gone to Simon Svabic, the Oldham number 6. And that's a kick and chase, and it's going to definitely stop before the line. But this time the Oldham player kills the ball dead. So the half-back combination of Svabic and Turner have done wonders for this Oldham side this evening. I thought, to be honest, that Turner just outshone Svabic, but his great kicking game today from Svabic, 2 40-20s, which really turned Sharlston around on 2 occasions and created tries, has been the difference between the 2 sides. Sharlston, however, they have contributed to this game. None other than this lad, Lee Lingard. Lee Lingard's been outstanding. Sharlston just beginning to struggle with the fitness now. But absolutely superb. Every single player that's pulled a Sharlston jersey on tonight never took a backward step, gone forward at every opportunity. And they've been a credit to the amateur game. And there goes the final hooter. And some of the Oldham players know they've been in a game. And although the score is 46-14, just after half-time, when it was 18-14, it looked as if a shock was on the cards. But the strength, the power, and the professionalism of Oldham has just shone through in the end. All credit to Oldham, but a massive big game by the Sharlston boys, and all the supporters that have come have been well and truly entertained. Well, Gary, you got the victory today that you deserved, but Sharlston really pushed you all the way.
I thought they were exceptional out there. I thought they played very well. They're a good team spirit. We were still gelling as a side, and we come in. I told them it's going to be tough. We did some silly errors out there today for a professional side, but can't credit your guys' enthusiasm, your determination, and you come back in there and you had a real good purple patch there for a bit, and I was getting a bit worried. Honestly, I was, and it's credit to them.
After 50 minutes we was 18-14 down and still in the game, but obviously professional side a little bit fitter, and we perhaps run out of steam a bit, but I think everybody in our side can hold their head up high and be proud of tonight's game.
I'm sure, and had it have not been for a few fundamental errors, just spilling the balls in the wrong area of the field, then perhaps the score would have been closer at the end.
Yeah, I think we got to 18-14. We sort of lost a bit of composure when we got up Oldham's end a couple of times, but like I said, probably fatigue came into that as well, and that sort of when they come down, they got chances and scored. We got a couple of chances and didn't take them, and that was perhaps the difference. I don't think scoreline reflected the game at all, and I think Oldham will know that they've been in a game.
I mean, I've played in a lot of cup ties in my time, and coming to amateur clubs and that, and I've always told the lads, this first 20-25 minutes they're going to come out and they're going to give it to you, and as a credit to them, they did that. At the end of the day, we just might have had just a little bit more skill than them, and that's why we scored the points, later on. But our fitness probably told in the end as well. But for an amateur club, I thought when it comes to Challenge Cup football, it's always going to be tough. That's why it's such a great competition.
We certainly sort of down our right hand side there left, we sort of tried to target down there, and I think Gareth Davis made 2 or 3 clear breaks, and had we scored from them it might have been a different tale, but like I say, I think everybody can hold their heads up and be proud of the performance.
When you see guys like, teams like Sharlston, amateur sides, and, they're not being paid much money or not even getting paid at all, and they're putting their body on the line week in, week out. And then you see semi-pro sides and even professional sides in Super League not really putting their body on the line but getting big paychecks. It's a credit to the amateur game, and I would love to have amateurs on my side that, would just love to play the game of rugby league for nothing. And it's just so sad that money rules the game now. And but it was one of those tough ties, and we got through it, and I'm really glad.
Yeah, and obviously a performance like that is going to kick you on now for the rest of the season, because you've got some big games coming up, haven't you?
We have, yeah. I mean, we're still in a few cup competitions. Main one being National Cup, which that's the one that we're aiming to achieve in this year. So we're in the last 16, got a big cup game in a couple of weeks. So hopefully we can progress and keep going in that competition.